Dewey Hammond here with veteran NFL scout Dave Rosano, more than 20 years experience in the league. Let's talk about the AFC South. Obviously, it's Peyton Manning's division to lose. What do you like about the Colts this year?
Well, like you said, as long as Peyton Manning's wearing the blue and white, they're going to be stay on top of that division. I think the Colts, I think he's rare. He's a once-in-a-lifetime type quarterback. And they have a good young defense, good offensive skill. So as long as Manning's there, that team's going to stay on top of that division.
Do you think that he's a smarter quarterback than Tom Brady? Is he the smartest quarterback in the league in terms of just intelligence?
Well, it's close. They're both elite, but I think Manning seems to get better each and every season. He's such a student of the game. It's just hard to defend a guy that's that perfect. I mean, he really is. And even though he only has one Super Bowl, the guy has just been pounding on the door. I mean, they've won like 12 games, 6, 7 straight years, and he's so rare, and he's so accurate, he's so decisive, doesn't take sacks. It's hard to defend those types.
Now, usually the Colts are the favorite every year, obviously in the AFC South, or have been for quite some time now. And you're used to seeing the Titans in that second spot knocking on the door, but you think it's going to be the Texans this year, even with Brian Cushing missing those 4 games for the drug suspension. What do you like about the Texans?
Well, I think the Texans are clearly the second best team in that division. I think they have a good quarterback, good passing attack, great young receiver in Andre Johnson, and I think they'll have a good running game this season. They have a good defense. They have some building blocks in that defense. A good foundation with D'Amico Ryans and Mario Williams, of course, and this good young Kareem Jackson, this corner from Alabama, and also Glover Quinn, the corner they stole in the 4th round last season from New Mexico. So Cushing will hurt. They need to get him back, but again, I think they're clearly the second best team in that division, talent-wise.
But you still like them at just 8-8 or maybe 9-7, probably not sneaking into the wild card?
I see them again as a borderline playoff team. I think they're good. I don't think they're great. I think they still need some interior defensive linemen. They still could use some safeties. They need some offensive linemen. So they need to build up their lines a little bit, get another wideout to complement Andre Johnson, and really another bell cow running back. So they still have a ways to go. I think they're right there. I don't think they've gotten a lot better from last season, which is a borderline playoff team. So I see them as 8-8, 9-7 at best.
Are there positional battles going on in training camp for the Texans that might impact how that season plays out for them?
Well, they need Arian Foster to step up. I know they're going to have sort of a running back by committee, Steve Slayton, and as well as Foster, with the rookie Ben Tate hurt now. So again, I think that team will be they're looking for the bell cow back, which they don't have, and that's the biggest question mark on that team right now. They have a passing game. They haven't had the running game to complement that attack. So and Owen Daniels needs to be healthy. That's a big key for that offense.
Now, I know you're a big fan of Vince Young in Tennessee, but you don't see them as being better than, say, the third or maybe the worst team in the division. You tell me.
Well, I think they're third. I think Vince Young's a great quarterback, but it's a conservative offense, and again, they haven't done a good job getting outside receivers for Vince Young, and their defense has fallen off considerably in the last 3 or 4 years. So, if Vince Young was a quarterback of the Titans, say 4 or 5 years ago, with that elite defense, I think it'd be a different story. So I just don't think the team has built up the talent around him, and that's why I think they're a middle-of-the-road team.
With his off-the-field issues, do you see maturity and leadership as being one of the things holding them back?
I don't think so. I think he's a little misunderstood. I think he's a performer on the field. He's a good kid. A little misunderstood, but I think he has strived to really improve himself this offseason and get with his receivers and his other skill players and work extra long hours with those guys. So I think Young has enough intangibles to lead the Titans.
And what about the Jacksonville Jaguars? Why are they at the basement of the AFC South?
Well, again, they haven't had a quarterback. David Garrard is a fringe starter in the league, and that team's they've lost some guys on defense. They continue to rebuild the defense and haven't had much of a pass rush. I think they had 14 sacks last season, so they really have to get the 2 most important deals with any team is the quarterback and really the pass rush. So it's a young secondary. It's a pretty good linebacker core, but again, just not enough talent in key spots there for Jacksonville to contend.
Jacksonville picked up Kirk Morrison this offseason after he was strangely cut by the Oakland Raiders. What impact do you see Kirk Morrison having on this Jaguars defense?
I think he'll be the leader of that linebacking core from the get-go. He's a very consistent player, very productive player, very solid linebacker. They do have some good linebackers, and picking up Aaron Campbell from the Green Bay Packers will help as well. And drafting this Aluala, the defensive end from high motor kid from Cal Berkeley. I think those guys will help. Again, where's the elite pass rusher? Not sure they have one.
will Peyton Manning and the Colts be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl again this year?
Without a doubt.